Elon Musk released a few intense political messages about Bernie Sanders, this time going even further than he did with Kamala. Musk didn't just call Bernie a communist. He warned that Bernie is paving the way for a fully centralized, state-run economy, and that's why he will do everything he can to stop him before it becomes irreversible. According to Elon, it's important to understand how important these elections were, not only for Americans, but also for the whole world as well. And that's why he released a few interesting statements about Bernie Sanders that Musk wants to share with the public. This is a very interesting story, so let's explain everything. So, Elon Musk shared a series of powerful political posts with his Twitter followers, and while sitting inside his Twitter office, he openly attacked Bernie Sanders' entire economic agenda. Musk launched a new campaign targeting Bernie directly, urging Americans to reject socialist policies and back Trump instead. The problem is that 2 days ago, Musk posted a video about Bernie Sanders where he made strange comments about equality and equity. In the video, Bernie said, "The goal is for everyone to end up in the same place. But since we don't all start at the same place, some people may need more equitable support. We fight for equality, but also recognize that not everyone begins with the same advantages. So some individuals require more resources to ensure everyone can reach the same place." And Musk was shocked about Bernie's view on how the country should be governed and what makes a prosperous country. And in response to this situation, Elon Musk released a new political anti-Bernie Sanders archive that shows Sanders' real aspirations and how he wants to establish socialist policies in the USA, which will affect every single American. The first political message from Musk was when he shared a video of Bernie Sanders, which is a collage of Bernie repeating the same sentences over and over again. The clip from 1993, 1994, 1995, 2007, and beyond. In a clip, Bernie is saying, "The USA is moving rapidly towards an oligarchy every single year." It's obvious this is just another recycled talking point that has nothing to do with reality. But here's where it gets serious, because this isn't just a joke anymore. Bernie Sanders has actually pulled it off. After nearly 30 years of being ignored, laughed at, and called extreme, he's getting exactly what he wanted. For decades, people brushed him off as some fringe socialist who'd never get real influence. But now, those same radical ideas, they're everywhere. Through constant repetition and shaping the narrative, Bernie managed to do something very few thought possible. He took ideas that once sounded insane and made them sound normal. And that's why Musk revealed about Bernie's trip in Moscow. Musk wrote, "Bernie held his honeymoon in the Soviet Union. Back in 1988, when he went to Moscow, he talked openly about policies that, at the time, sounded like they were pulled straight out of the Soviet Union playbook. Proposals like wealth redistribution and expanded government programs made many Americans uneasy at the time. But fast forward to now, young people are starting to think those things make sense. And that's the problem. There's an important poll that's straight up stunning. It shows more and more young Americans, and not just them, are backing these ideas. And if this keeps going the way it is, the next US president might be someone who fully embraces the same policies Bernie was promoting in Moscow all those years ago. What used to be a political fantasy for Bernie is now dangerously close to becoming real national policy. That's why Musk went straight at him and said, "Bernie is a taker, not the maker." And Musk didn't stop there. He brought back a story a lot of people forgot or never knew in the first place. Bernie's 1988 trip to the Soviet Union, which he called a honeymoon. Elon posted footage from that trip, clips that hadn't seen the light of day in decades. Bernie's there, smiling, handing over gifts to Soviet officials. A Bernie for Burlington button. A mixtape of Vermont songs he recorded. And then he jokes, "If you're wondering what's wrong with capitalism, it's made in Hong Kong." All while sitting under a big old portrait of Lenin. Musk's caption said it all. This is the blueprint. This looks like the early playbook. These ideas are now gaining traction in US politics. And whether you like Elon or not, that's not fear-mongering. That's a warning. So some footage just resurfaced, and let's be honest, a lot of people had never seen this before. In it, you see Bernie Sanders praising the Soviet system, fully knowing what it was. At one point, he literally said, "I have met many fine mayors in the United States, But I want to say that one of the nicest mayors I've ever met is the mayor of Yaroslavl. And it didn't stop there. Bernie and his delegation engaged warmly with local Soviet officials, singing, exchanging gifts, and even relaxing together. Now, according to Elon Musk, this wasn't just some friendly diplomacy trip. No. Musk pointed out that Sanders wasn't just observing, he was admiring, absorbing, copying. The kind of government-run collectivist system the US spent the entire Cold War trying to stop. Bernie was soaking it in. And Musk says this wasn't random, this was strategic. Bernie as a socialist, obviously, Musk said. Bernie has been pushing this vision since 1988. That's why Musk is raising alarms right now. Because this isn't just some 1980s nostalgia trip. Bernie's exact ideas? They're showing up today. Universal basic income or expanding public health care and education systems. All of it. And a lot of people supporting it don't even realize where these ideas really came from. And Elon Musk is famous for his fight against Russia and anything that is related to Soviet Union. That's why Musk does not like Bernie. That's why Musk's role in the resurgence of the Russo-Ukrainian war in 2022 was praised by President Volodymyr Zelensky, when Musk immediately stepped in, activating Starlink to give Ukraine nationwide internet access. And over 47,000 Starlink terminals have been deployed in Ukraine. So Musk does not like Soviet Union, does not like Russia, for many reasons, but mainly for the policies. And Musk warns about it because polling now shows more and more Americans, especially younger ones, are getting behind these exact policies. And if the momentum keeps growing, the next US president might not just support these ideas, they might be fully built around them. Musk calls it Bernie's 30-year plan to change America forever. What looked like a quirky sister city trip back then might have actually been the first chapter in something way bigger. And Musk warned about Bernie Sanders and his dangerous ideas few times already. For example, back in November 2021, Bernie Sanders dropped a tweet that, honestly, wasn't surprising at all. He said, "We must demand that the extremely wealthy pay their fair share. Period." Classic Bernie move. He's been pushing that same message for years. Raise taxes on billionaires, fund big social programs, and basically remake the economy through government redistribution. That was right when Biden's administration was trying to pass the massive Build Back Better plan. And let's be real, billionaires like Elon Musk were directly in the crosshairs. This wasn't just a random tweet. It was aimed straight at people like him. Then Musk fired back the next day, and yeah, he didn't hold back. He tweeted, "I keep forgetting that you're still alive." Brutal. The internet exploded. People thought it was too far, but Musk clearly didn't care. He was already fed up with all the noise about taxing unrealized gains and treating innovators like villains. At the time, Democrats were pushing for a billionaire income tax that would have hammered people who don't even sell their stocks. And Elon? He saw that as a direct attack on innovation, so he mocked it loudly. But Musk wasn't done. One day later, he followed up with, "Bernie is a taker, not a maker." That hit different. It wasn't just about Bernie, it was about the whole idea that people who build things are now seen as the enemy. Musk was drawing a line. He called out the system that rewards bureaucracy and punishes builders. Then, on December the 25th, 2024, Christmas Day, Bernie Sanders came out with a brand new progressive plan and called it Make America Healthy Again. Yeah, seriously. While most people were relaxing with family, Bernie dropped a list of 6 huge reforms. As Eric Doherty shared on X, the proposal included raise the minimum wage, 32-hour work week for the same pay, Medicare for all, paid family, medical leave, food industry reform, and lower prescription drug costs. Sanders said it himself in the official statement, "In the wealthiest country on earth, it is time to make America healthy again, and that every American deserves health care, paid time off, and fair working conditions." He wasn't subtle either. He made it clear this wasn't about helping Wall Street or Silicon Valley. According to him, this was about restoring dignity and giving people longer, healthier lives. A full reset. The exact same themes he's been pushing since forever. But Elon Musk? Yeah, he wasn't having it. He clapped back quick. Musk quote posted it with, Bernie suffers from the magical horn of plenty fallacy. He thinks goods and services are generated automatically by magic. Since he is a taker, not a maker, he doesn't realize that it takes hard work to make stuff. And he wasn't done. Musk tore into Bernie's 32-hour workweek idea too. He said, if you reduce hours worked from 40 to 32, there will be roughly 20% less stuff produced. So average living standards drop by 20%. So yeah, Musk didn't just disagree, he mocked the logic behind the whole plan. And this fits exactly with what Musk's been saying all year. He's always pushed back against redistribution and high-tax politics. And today in 2025, Bernie Sanders jumped right back into his favorite topic, oligarchy. In a post that went viral fast, Bernie said, "When I started talking about oligarchy, many people didn't understand what I meant." Well, that's changed. When the three wealthiest men in America sit behind Trump at his inauguration, everyone understands that the billionaire class now controls our government. We must fight back. And to drive his point home, he posted a photo. In it, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, Sundar Pichai, Elon Musk, all sitting behind Trump. The message was loud and clear. Bernie wants people to believe that these tech billionaires now run the show, that the government belongs to them, and that working-class Americans are just getting pushed out. But Musk, he didn't let that slide. He fired back almost instantly and mocked the whole thing. Musk tweeted, "The intern running Bernie's account is working overtime LMAO." There were literally twice as many billionaires supporting Kamala versus Trump. And that wasn't just a clapback, it was a setup. Musk was calling out the hypocrisy. But Musk's pushback wasn't just about this one tweet. It's part of a bigger pattern. He sees Bernie as dangerous. Because the ideas Sanders keeps pushing, Musk warns that these policies could discourage innovation and weaken the economic incentives that drive progress. Wealth redistribution, less work, same pay. According to Musk, that's not progress, that's regression. And the part that really scares him? Young people are buying it, especially on college campuses. Musk sees this as a creeping movement, one that started off looking like idealism, but is now turning into something much more powerful, something organized, something that could change America permanently. That's why Musk keeps going after Bernie publicly. These tweets aren't just internet drama. Musk is sounding the alarm, loudly, because if these policies go unchallenged, he believes they'll reshape the country in a way that strips away productivity, freedom, and everything that actually made America innovate in the first place. However, here is a new big problem. In this area of changing America for worse, there's a new political name that is rising behind the same ideas. But that's a conversation for another day.